You are born into chaos. Inside your mother, you're not just an embryo, you're a murderer. By the time you're formed, you've already eaten your siblings. Yes, you start your life with a family barbecue. When your mother finally lets you out, she doesn't wait for applause. No hugs, no speeches, just one dramatic push, and off you go. Into the cold, the big wet nothing. She doesn't look back. No glance, no hesitation. One kick of her tail, and she disappears into the dark. You're not missed. You're just gone. You're alone. No warmth, no sound, just salt and pressure. And the first thing you do is snap your jaws at nothing, because you weren't born to explore. You were born to attack. You are a great white shark. The water is freezing, but you're built like a torpedo with a heating system. Other fish slow down in the cold. You're just getting started. Around you, emptiness, no friends, no music, no TikTok, just the crushing pressure of 500 meters of loneliness. Your eyes barely work, but your nose does. The salt stings. Your jaw itches to clamp down on something. Anything. You float for days, powered by spite and unfinished trauma. Occasionally a jellyfish passes. You bite it. It zaps you. You don't learn. Eventually, you find food. A fish that's already dead. Disappointing, but edible. You don't discriminate. You're not a hunter. You're more of a biological vacuum cleaner. Then, movement. Another shark. Smaller. Could be a sibling. Could be a cousin. Could be your lunch. It doesn't matter. You both go for the same rotting fish. You clash mid-water. It's not war. It's ballet. Violent, awkward ballet. The fish escapes. You both float there in silence, questioning your purpose. No eye contact. No apology. Just mutual shame, sinking like debris. A minute later, you bite a rock. Not on purpose. It just looked edible. It crumbles in your mouth like a bad decision. You're still a baby, but you're already full of rage, instincts, and existential confusion. And below you, darkness, thick, endless. You don't fear it, not because you're brave, because you haven't learned what fear is, yet. A few weeks in, something changes. Your vision begins to fade, slowly, then faster. Not from darkness, not from silt, but from life. Tiny crustaceans find your eyes. One by one, they attach. No invitation, no warning. At first, it's irritation, then pressure, then blindness. You scrape your head against rocks. You twist through sand. It does nothing. The parasites hold. They block your sight completely, but you don't panic. You never relied on your eyes. Not really. You feel the water shift. You taste the current. The ocean still speaks to you, just not with light. Weeks pass. Your body grows. Not because you want it to, but because it's the only thing to do. You don't have hobbies. You don't journal. You don't collect seashells. You just bite stuff. Sometimes it's food, sometimes it's not. At 3 months old, you're the size of a surfboard, which is ironic because surfers are now terrified of you. They don't know your name, but they've made documentaries about your teeth. Your muscles thicken, your bones calcify, your skin turns rough. You don't notice, but everything around you does. Then it happens. Your first actual hunt, a seal, fluffy, sleek, delicious. You go full predator mode, fin above water, total stealth. You breach, you fly, you miss. The seal watches as you fall back into the ocean. It doesn't laugh, but you know it wants to. And you feel judged. You sink, dignity gone. But you learn. Next time, you don't aim for the seal. You aim for the future location of the seal. You become a living missile. This time it works. You bite down. The ocean fills with red. You feel power, panic, protein. Your body jolts, not from pain, but from purpose. Something ancient flickers in your brain. Something older than memory. This is what you were made for. And for the first time you realize you are not just surviving. You are the reason others don't. You swim away slowly, cool, collected. Your face says, apex predator. Your brain says, what the hell was that? A few hours later you get stuck in a tire. So much for dignity. You spin in circles, confused, and slightly offended. The tire holds for 5 minutes, then snaps off with a squeak. Somewhere far above, a plastic bottle drifts by. You don't know what it is, but you want to bite it. Months pass. You grow longer, slower, not in speed, in decision. You no longer chase every shape. Some things move too fast, others move wrong. Once, you follow a silver flash across the sand. It twists mid-turn, reveals its teeth. Not long, but sharp. You turn too late. It strikes once and disappears. Pain blooms along your lower jaw. A split, thin, but deep. Blood leaks into the current. You swim downward, slow and shaking. The cold helps. The dark helps more. It takes days to close. You don't eat. You don't chase. You drift. When you return to hunting, your mouth feels different. Not weaker, just aware. You miss more now, but you also survive longer. As your body slows, the cold around you stops being punishment. It becomes structure. Your blood thickens. Your muscles stretch more slowly. You eat less, but you last longer. The pressure above feels like silence. You stop needing warmth. You stop expecting light. Years pass. You grow slowly. Bones stretch. Muscle thickens. Your head no longer overwhelms your body. Your movements sharpen, not fast enough to be noticed by dolphins, but enough to catch most things before they react. You stay closer to the coastline now. Shallower water. Warmer temperatures. Movement everywhere. Fish, birds, boats. The current is more chaotic. The light changes quickly here. Shadows scatter and regroup. At first, you avoid the noise. Then you begin to explore it. One day, something passes overhead. Long, flat, fast. It cuts through the water with unnatural force. You rise slowly, following the vibrations. It's not alive, but it moves like something that once was. You bite. Your teeth scrape against hard material. Not bone, not shell. Something different. The taste is bitter, sharp. Your jaw aches. One of your teeth breaks, drifts away. Blood mixes into the water. Yours. You sink. The pain fades slowly. The memory stays. Later you chase a shadow along the seafloor. It moves irregularly, hesitant. Not fish, not familiar. You close in. It vanishes. You circle. The water shifts. A low hum spreads through your skull. You don't know where it's coming from, but you feel it. Heavy, cold, present. You descend. It follows. You stop. It stops. You move sideways, slowly, flattening your profile. The presence adjusts with you, as if watching. It doesn't breathe. It doesn't drift. It stays. You dive deeper. After a time, it fades. The hum lessens. The pressure normalizes. You wait. The current settles again, but something has changed. You begin to avoid light. You react faster to sudden movement. You keep your distance from shadows that behave too deliberately. Whatever it wasn't hunting. It wasn't fleeing. It was something else. And the ocean no longer feels as empty as before. You're 25 now, fully grown. Movement has become automatic. Your body adjusts without hesitation. Muscle memory guides you through current and shadow. You haven't seen another of your kind in years. Then one day, in deeper water, you sense motion that doesn't belong to prey. Similar size, similar speed. It keeps its distance. So do you. For hours, you circle each other. Wide loops. No sound. No contact. Then slowly, the distance narrows. You pass each other twice. On the third turn, your bodies connect. Once, then again. You swim side by side. No contact, no recognition, only matched speed. After a while, the current shifts. So do your paths. You circle once. Then again, closer this time. The space between you collapses. The act is brief. No struggle, no resistance. When it ends, she moves on. Without sound, without pause. You don't follow. There's nothing to follow. No bond, no memory. You continue in the opposite direction. The instinct recedes. Nothing has changed. But somewhere ahead, something has begun. You return to your route. Somewhere in the dark, the result of that encounter will grow. It will feed on its siblings. It will drift toward the coast. And one day, it will bite something it doesn't understand. You move on. Later, a scent cuts through the current. Not fish, not familiar. Thicker, warmer. You follow it down. The light fades. The water presses harder against your sides. Ahead, a seal, motionless. The body hasn't been torn yet. You circle once, then twice. You close in. Before you bite, something shifts beside you. Sudden, close, fast. Another shark. Not your kind. Slimmer, quicker. It strikes first. Not at the seal. At your side. Pain opens like a split in your body. Long, shallow, but real. You don't react immediately. You drift back. Blood trails from the wound. The six gill circles again. Tighter now. Closer. You lunge. Jaws wide. Contact is brief. Your teeth lock just behind its gills. The other shark twists free, leaving a long tear and a line of blood in the water. It vanishes into the dark. You don't chase it. Instead, you dive toward the bottom. You find space between two rocks. Narrow. Still. You stay there. Hours pass. The bleeding slows. The muscle around the wound stiffens. The current shifts and brushes the tear. Slow at first, then hard enough to sting. You twitch but don't move. You can't. Your heart slows. The pain settles. Your body begins to seal itself. Not quickly, but enough. Eventually, the current returns to normal. You leave the rocks behind. You keep swimming. You're 40 now. Movements take longer. Not because you hesitate, but because your body does. The space between instinct and response grows slightly wider. You don't notice it, but the ocean does. Your path has narrowed. Fewer dives, fewer fights. You stay close to deep channels. The current guides you more than you guide it. You chase less. Your jaw doesn't close as fast. Your turns leave wider arcs. Your teeth still cut, but not clean. Once you follow a seal for half an hour. It glances back once, then disappears into deeper water. You don't follow. You can't. Your body begins to hold damage longer. Small scrapes don't fade. They stay. Darken. Scar. Parasites cling to the soft edges around your gills. Some you remove, others stay too deep to reach. The hunger doesn't leave, but you don't respond to it the same way. You move through instinct, not strength. And when something shifts in the current, you don't meet it head on. You wait. Once, you find a whale, floating, still. The body is tilted sideways, unmoving. You circle, cautious. No bites, no scavengers, no blood, just silence and bulk. You close in, your jaw opens, the flesh resists. Then, movement. The tail rises slightly, then drops. A tremor rolls beneath the surface. The eye opens. You twist away, but not fast enough. The whale turns. The force of its motion shifts the current. A second strike hits your lower body. You are dragged through silt. The world turns upside down. Then, stillness. You flee into deeper water. The whale doesn't follow, but your balance is off for days. Then one day something shifts. Not in the water, but in the pattern. A sound, low, mechanical. You turn toward it. It's metal, long, sharp, moving without current, without struggle. It glides with purpose. No gills, no mouth, no scent of blood. You descend slowly. It follows. You veer left. It adjusts. You stop. It doesn't. You twist hard, body tense, prepared to strike or flee. But it turns, rising back into the light, disappearing the way it came. Fast, controlled, silent. You remain still, waiting. After a while, the pressure fades. You move on. Weeks pass. The memory doesn't. Later, as you track a faint trail of blood, the water erupts. Shadows slice through the current. Not sharks, not metal. Something faster, heavier. Killer whales. You turn, but one hits first. A strike to your ribs. Another grabs your tail and pulls sideways. The third brushes past and opens a tear along your side. You react. You twist. You strike. You miss. They don't. Your body spins, slows. The pressure inside your muscles builds, then collapses. You try to descend, but the water resists. They circle tighter now. Not to feed, to disable. You bleed from 3 places. The movement in your tail shortens. One of your fins drags behind you, unresponsive. You don't scream. You don't run. You sink, mouth open, blood trailing, movement gone. They vanish. The current takes you. No sound, no surface, just your body, slowly turning, drifting sideways through the water column. No burial, no mark, no trace of beginning or end. Just silence and salt. Life as a great white shark might be rough, but there's another animal out there that has it way worse. Trust me, it's wild. Check out the video and see for yourself.